So, you know, one of the greatest reasons to start a window cleaning business, if you grew up flat broke, broke as shit on welfare, you grew up living in a one bedroom apartment or in a trailer park, or you and your family always moved around, you didn't have anything. If you didn't have anybody who's rich in your family, starting a window cleaning business actually, compared to any business, landscape or anything, specifically is amazing and life changing because once you start getting into these higher end homes in these nicer neighborhoods, in the nice part of town, the first 2 years straight of my small business, I mean, obviously it's none of your business what these people do for a living or what they own in their homes. You're just there to clean the windows, right? But out of the corners of your eyes, you walk into these half a million and $1 million homes and you see like spiral staircases and chandeliers and beautiful marble floors and like Benzos and literally Lamborghinis and Ferraris and art and like I was coming home for the first 2 years of my business going, honey, to my wife going, oh my God, if you've seen these houses we're cleaning, I've never seen anything in this in my life but on TV. Like, part of me, more and more every day realizes, like, when you grow up poor, how well, I mean, I think it's a privilege to grow up poor because then you can experience the whole broad spectrum. And that way, one day when you do become extremely successful financially, then you have so much more gratitude, right? But it also can fuck you up because I remember when I was a little kid, I had a friend who was like on a travel hockey team and his dad spoiled him. And I, looked in his closet once when I was over his house and I froze. I was like, you have Abercrombie and Guess and Polo and Nautica? And I looked on his dresser and I was over his house and he had like Nautica cologne and Tommy Hilfiger and all this shit. And then in the garage he had like ice skates and hockey equipment and his parents paid for him to be like on a travel hockey team. And like I remember I used to go home and cry because I didn't even know what it was like. I wore Velcro shoes from Kmart. I mean, we ate peanut butter and jelly. We were broke as fuck. and I grew up with such low self esteem, and shit isn't your fault if you grow up like that. But when you go into these houses cleaning these windows and you see the way that some of these people live, and like, doctors and plastic surgeons and big business owners and these houses go on and on and on. And sometimes if the family's home and you're like, oh my God, it's like right over their head. They don't even, it's normal to them. It's just normal, just like the way your life is normal, right? And you take it for granted. And I'm not saying that money is the buys happiness or anything like that. I'm just saying while you're here on this planet, while you're alive, wouldn't you like to get to that point where you do have, even a $300,000 house, a nice big spacious house that's beautiful that you can raise your family in, that maybe there's a pool outside and your kids each have their own bedroom, right? And you have a basement with that's finished with a nice bar and entertainment room so the family can come over and spend time, a place where you can breathe. Maybe you can go out and actually cut your own damn lawn. I think that through years and years of struggle and working your ass off in owning your own business, you start to get to the point where you say, you know what? I want that too. Don't you want that too? Don't you want to have nice things? Don't you want to be completely free and clear, out of debt with money in the bank and happy, healthy, wealthy, wise? There's this thing that I repeat to myself over and over. It's I learned this from Bob Proctor. He's like a motivational guy. He goes, it's an affirmation. I'm so happy and thankful now that health, wealth, and prosperity flow into my life in avalanches of abundance from multiple sources on a continuous basis. Repeat. I am so happy and thankful now, right now, that health, wealth, and prosperity flow into my life. Flow into my life in avalanches of abundance from multiple sources on a continuous basis. You know what I'm saying? You can say that's some woo-woo, weird-ass law of attraction bullshit. But I believe that's the emotion that's real. When you are so happy and you are thankful right now that you have health, wealth, you are wealthy, you have prosperity. And if you live in this country, you are prosperous. Flow into your life. Flow. What is flow? Flow into your life. And avalanches of abundance from multiple sources on a continuous basis. To feel supported, to feel that you have a network, a business, a support group, a system, a positive energy, a way where you can use the law of reciprocity to create value in the world for as many people as possible. And have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clients to the point where you're making $1,000 a day, $2,000 a day. Maybe you have so much gratitude that you can see it. You can actually see the vision and you get excited and the belief flows in and it flows. And you, oh my God, I can do this. There's a garage door opening, that noise. It's loud as shit. God, that's loud. But, it's those little moments, man, where the belief, it actually flows into you and you get excited. You're like, oh my God, it can happen for me. For me. It can happen for me. Right? It can happen for you. There's nothing worse than, well, there's a lot of things in this world that are bad and good, but one shitty thing is discouragement. You ever feel discouraged? You know, you feel like hopeless, depressed, like you're running up a mountain of marbles and they're falling beneath you, rolling under your feet. It's like you're drowning, and no matter how hard you swim, you're just swimming in quicksand. It's like, when are you gonna catch a break? When is it gonna start to come together? And I believe that these type of things, my garage is so loud, sorry. I believe that these type of things stem from consciousness. They stem from decision. They stem from getting out of hope and getting into practicality and putting together a plan. And going, you know what? Like, it's a stick-to-itiveness. You like solidify it in your consciousness and you build out a step-by-step plan, and then you compare it to the practical world and you say, you know what? This is a plan. This will work in the physical world. This is real. It becomes real in your head and you get excited, and then you say, you know what? I'm done fucking around. I'm done hoping, wishing, dreaming, crying, being depressed or discouraged. Now it's time where the rubber meets the road. What is the real needle movers, the things that move the needle forward in the progress to get you what you want? So eventually we can have those nice homes one day, or the nice things we want in life, to not have to worry financially, you know. If you're just getting started right now, maybe you're just getting started, give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below. I feel for you. I feel for you. I want to tell you right now, if you're just getting started and you're going through financial struggle and you're pulling your hair out and then anxiety, you're killing yourself, and it's like, it's just, it's not working. You're maybe depressed. I've been there. sometimes all that shit is what it takes. It's just another level of the video game. It's just another level of the game that you have to go through to say, I've been through that shit. And because maybe when you're there, you're scared and you're let people walk on you. There's this thing that's so, I know there's this thing. It's illogical. Like, you could say it's emotional to other people, but it's illogical. And check this out. So if you are in anxiety about, what if the money stops, or you're not going to make enough money, or get enough clients, or how's this thing going to work? Like, it's not predictable, right? It's because you don't know if it's going to stop all of a sudden. You don't know, like, if the rug's going to be pulled out from underneath you, or it's going to dry up, or the economy's going to change, or maybe your marketing doesn't work, or maybe you have 3 bad months in a row and you lose everything. Like, you don't know. And only by going down the path along, so you're overcompensating. You're working 3 times as hard, or stressing at least 3 times as hard, because you don't know, because you haven't been down the road, right? And because if you don't see it and feel it in your reality right now, then it can't be true. If you don't see it and feel it in your tangible bank account right now, then there's no way that it could be true what these people are talking about, because you're not experiencing it, right? And I think once you go through it and you keep going through many cycles and seasons, and you've worked so much and you've seen money come and you watch it go up and down, and you see how, you begin to see that there's a stable datum, something that everything else revolves around. You can see the cycles and flows and ebbs, and then you can see the heartbeat of your business. You can start to go, oh, it does come slow these times, and then you learn where to put your stresses, and you learn where to what you should put a lot of energy in, and you learn what things to just not care about. You learn what things that used to freak you out are now the things that you don't even give a shit about, because it's a waste of your energy to think about that. Oh, that happens in the service business or in the window cleaning business. That's just one of the things that happen. You can walk property for a customer, and you really thought you were going to get that $800 window cleaning job or pressure washing job or whatever, and now all of a sudden you can't even get a hold of a customer. They don't even call you back or anything, and then you drive past their house 2 weeks later, and you were like, the whole house is clean, or the windows are clean, and you could tell, and you're like, those motherfuckers, dude, they didn't even give me the common decency to call me back. They were just price shopping, and they led me on. And like, you can go through this whole thing where you're really upset because you were hoping, right? And that's where hope gets you. You see where hope gets you? Isn't that right, Gracie? Come over here. Give me the froggy. Give me it. I love that dog. So it's like you stop hoping and you just look at it as data. You just say, oh, that's what happens. So you become unattached. And through being unattached and not giving a shit of whether you get the job or not. I like how Gary Vaynerchuk talks about this. Like, he's like, I care so much about what you guys think. And in the same moment, I don't give a fuck what you guys think. He's like, it's such a beautiful place to be. And the whole audience is laughing because it's true. You want that window cleaning job so bad that you went out on a Saturday and quoted, right? That was $1,000 job. But you don't give a fuck when you don't get it. You know why? Because you don't care about that. You're planting seeds with a shotgun. You're a farmer. You're planting so many seeds that when one doesn't even sprout, you don't give a fuck. You'll follow up with the customer, of course. You follow up with them, you try, you do whatever you can do within your power and capability to express that you are really the right company, and that. But when you get in a state of desperate and neediness and you get upset about it, now you're pissing away your time that you could be making money somewhere else. So once you realize that, then you just start planting more seeds, because you realize it's nothing more than a numbers game. It's just a numbers game, right? And the more consistent you are, that you market and advertise your business, and you post shit online, and you do Facebook ads, and you follow up with your customers and create a CRM like MailChimp or email marketing or whatever it is to keep the phone ringing, more quotes, you start to realize what you are in control of and what you aren't in control of. You know, there's a lot of things in my business that I'm super frustrated about that I think I'm not in control of, but I actually am. For me, it's hiring employees and expanding my business. I was on the phone with Joshua Latimer just 2 nights ago for like an hour and a half. This dude's amazing. If you don't know who he is, he was making like $180,000 a month in his window cleaning business, window cleaning and pressure washing with like 10 crews and shit. And I started talking about employees. I got so pissed off on the phone with them. I'm like, yeah, but they don't give a fuck, dude. They just like, they don't. He's like, no, Keith, that's a story that you're telling yourself in your head because you lack hiring skills. Like, you do this and this. And I was like, you're right. You're absolutely right. He's got this thing called the Ultimate Rockstar Employee Toolkit. Stop it! Give me it. Oh, do you want it? Do you want it? Come here. Here. It's yours. It's yours. Ready? Go get it! So, right? So I think when we can get out of emotion, like really care, but when you can get out of emotion and realize and grow distinction and be like, okay, that's just my own head trash and my negative, and you can own that and say that's my own negative bullshit, and this is the truth. Because if this other guy went through all the same shit I went through and he figured it out, then the only thing that you're not doing is just buckling down and seeing it through. But every time you try to buckle down, it closes down on you. You feel this anxiousness, right? You feel like you know, it's a mental or emotional block that stops you, and it's so frustrating it can rip you apart and stress you out. That's stress. Stress is when you're holding two conflicting beliefs at once and you're sitting on the fence. It's cognitive dissonance, and that's the source of the stress. So I think that the only way to pull yourself through is to tie in positive emotions, positive expectancy, and happy beliefs about what's possible on the other side. And when something that's such a big obstacle becomes nothing to you, it's nothing. It's normal. Normal. It's normal. That's when, I'm sorry, she's loud. Come here. That's when you just naturally you start leveling up, you know. And I'll tell you one other thing. Times in your business, in your life, when you're struggling like hell and you're just like, you're losing it, you feel in a plateau, that's when you're growing inside. And those are growing pains. Growing pains are extremely important. My wife has her own internet business. She has her Ashley Aprons business. She sews these like custom aprons, and she's like an inventor, right? And she's really frustrated over the last month. I watched her had like a little breakdown because she has so many orders coming in, and she's sewing, and she's going to the post office and running her website, and she just like, and she ran out of materials because she got like a bunch of orders at once. And I was watching her freak out, and she's standing over me. I'm reading a book, and she's like venting to me. You know, it's normal, whatever. And I looked up at her. I was like, she's like, why are you smiling, you asshole? I'm like, because it's beautiful. You're experiencing growing pains. and I just laughed. And she calmed right down in that moment. You know why? Because now she had a terminology for what she was going through. She said, and she didn't say it to me, but I knew she got it. She goes, oh, I'm going through growing pains. That's what it is. It's growing pains. I'm not crazy. I'm not losing it. It's growing pains. Miko. Oh, the baby. When she, Gracie, a little teacup Yorkie, she, sometimes our other dog will start, go get it! Alright, peace out. It's Keith Kalfas. Check the links in the description below. I got a three free window cleaning series. If you're totally new in this business, it's like 3 20-minute videos where I'm breaking step by step how to start a window cleaning business. Okay, like, share, subscribe. Thanks. Peace.